going great. In my life, everything is going great. Especially, really especially my life. Hola chicas, I'm Chris and I live in Spain now. And it has been a really long time since I have posted a video. But this is Chris in Spain, and today, especially right now, I'm really angry. So let's get right into it. You saw the title of the video, something about the government. I guess I'll put that in the title at least. That depends on what else I'm gonna talk about in this video. But this is the usual "we hate the government in Spain" talk. Or is it? Let's see how it goes. Because I'm still not convinced that the government in Spain is the worst and that the bureaucracy in Spain is the worst. But today, or rather this last couple of days, I have had a really big problem, and that leads to lots of problems, and nobody seems to want to solve it, or do they? Actually, some people actually act like they want to solve my problem, but they can't. And because they can't, they don't really give a shit, or at least they don't try too much. They're just like, we can't. But let me start from the beginning. I am in the process of getting an NIE number, and that seems quite odd because I've been here more than 5 months now. Actually, more than 6.5, almost 7 months now. I can't even count anymore. I try not to. And that's not legal. But I have already started my NIE number getting thing process back in September. And at that point I have only been here for a bit less than a month. So that seems like a proper time to start the process. And actually I started it in rather good time, you can say, compared to other people. And the rules about it is a bit complicated. It just states that you have to start your process before 3 months. And technically I started my process before 3 months, so I could actually argue that it's legal. However, it's not because of the Spanish government I still have an NIE number, and that's the problem, because most people, or not most people, it's very different, but some people say that it takes a long time to get an NIE number. And that's because of the Spanish government, it's really slow. But others say you can get it in 1 day. And from my experience, you can get it in 1 day, actually, because I went to the office and they just told me that I need to get this and that paper, and then I go back to them and then I get my card the same day. Like ID card. So I get my NIE number and an ID card the same day. And I don't know if I believe the part about the card, that they can actually make a card in like 15 minutes or something, 3 minutes, I don't know, and then give me in the same appointment where I'm there. I'm kind of like, it will probably be the next day or next week. But the thing about the NIE number, that's just a number. They can give me that, I guess. So it seems like you can actually do it in 1 day. If you have the paperwork done before you go to your first appointment, you will actually be able to do it on your first appointment. And if you know where to go and you go to the right place the first time. Because I went to a police station. It's a lie that you can get it there. Everybody says that. That's not true. But in every police station, probably, maybe, they know where to go to get the number. So every single video you have watched on YouTube, I know that because I have watched every single one, and every single one say you have to go to a police station. That's wrong. That's the first place you don't have to go to. But at least they told me where to go. Then I went there, but without an appointment. So they sent me back home to make an appointment. And then I went there the third time. And it could have been done there. But it didn't. Because I didn't have the paperwork ready. So they told me to go back home and get the paperwork ready. But in theory, I could have done the paperwork before I went there for my first appointment. And in theory, I could have been there with an appointment without going to a police station if I knew it already. And that's the problem with the government. You have to know stuff. Because you have to get lucky to meet a person that can tell you the thing you need to know. So you have to kind of know it already. And that's the problem I'm having right now. Because I cannot get an appointment. Because the system is down or something. Or at least the link I use to get an appointment doesn't work anymore. It just tells me that the site doesn't exist. And how do I get an appointment then? I don't have anyone to talk to other than the people in the office I need an appointment to go to. I could go to the office without an appointment. I will meet some people in real life and I can talk to them. The problem is the office is 1 hour and 3/4 walking away, 1 hour and a quarter public transport. That's a long way. So, and also I don't have money on my public transport card at the moment. So I need to take that up first and I need some money for that, and I cannot use Google Pay for that. So I need some cash to do that, and you can do it with card. I just don't have a card right now. That's a whole other problem, but you can do it with cash, and that leads to another problem. Then they have an email. I have tried writing to that email. I will get back to that in a moment. But before they responded, I went to another office I found. It's called Oficina Extranjeros or something like that. So that pretty much means expats office. And I'm an expat. I'm an extranjero. So I should be able to do the things I need there, right? What is the first thing you need as an expat? That is the NIE number. That's pretty much the first thing you need, because you need that to get a bank and everything else you need to do in a new country. So it seems like the place to go, right? And even on the website, they pretty much told me it was a place to go. But it wasn't the office I went to, it was another office I found. And it was close by. But it seems like it was actually a better office than the office I found the first time. So I went there and they just told me that it was not the right place to go. I was like, okay, that sounds strange, because the website pretty much said, or it sounded like the website said so. And in the start, the woman there, she was very much like I told her my problem about that I couldn't get an appointment because the site doesn't exist, is what the computer tells me at least. And she was like, no, that's impossible. That was literally what she said to me. I'm like, you cannot say no to me. I'm telling you my situation. You cannot say no to my experience. So she pretty much, I feel, how I feel about that is that she tell me to my face that I'm lying or stupid. I don't know how it could be my fault in this situation, how I could be stupid when I'm literally pressing a link somebody gave me and it doesn't work. There's not too much science in that, like either links work or the links doesn't work. But at least if not that, she's telling me I'm lying, and no matter which one of these options, it's not okay. I don't feel like that. I feel that is really rude. If I was her, I would have said, Well, that sounds strange because for sure the site isn't non-existing because we have not closed it. Like people should still be able to get appointment in the foreseeable future, probably forever. So that seems like an error somewhere I don't know about because I'm not a technician and I have not heard about the site should be down. And then she should come with a solution to the problem. And maybe it's the first time she heard this problem, and maybe she don't have a solution right away. But then she should just say, "Let me think about it for a few seconds." That will be how I will respond to my problem. If it was me, I will never be like, "No, that's not true," or "That's impossible." Like, also, it's very possible for a site to not exist. That error can come up if just the server's down. It's not like the site is deleted actually, but the internet will think the site is deleted if the server is down. And she's not an IT guru, so she should not tell me that's wrong. She don't know shit about IT, and I don't expect her to do that because she's just working for the government. She's not working in the IT department, in the server room. She's working in the front office to talk to the other people, the customers, people like me. So she don't need to know this stuff. It would be nice if one person knew every fucking thing, and you could just go to that person and he will have the answer to everything. But that's rarely how the world works, and that's fine with me. That's not a problem. She should just not act like she knows everything about computers when she clearly doesn't. But I started being more. I was never like really defensive or offensive or confrontational or anything. I was really like just asking questions and stuff like that, explaining my that. I feel I was really friendly, but I felt that I didn't really know where I had her. She didn't seem very angry or something. She didn't use a bad tone against me. She just said some stuff that was not okay, I think. So I tried to like thank her and say it's understandable. Like when she says she couldn't help me and it wasn't about play, I was like, it's understandable and thank you for trying and stuff like that. And when I started doing that, like being overly kind and thankful, even if when she gave me like nothing to work with, it actually helped and she became more friendly. Really friendly and really helpful, or she tried at least, and she told me everything she could tell me. And then I thanked her for doing the best she could and said goodbye. So it ended quite well. I'm just saying it was the usual confrontation with no, that's not true, and like people don't listen. I hate when you have a problem and people are just like, no, that problem doesn't exist. Like you should listen to people's problems, no matter if you consult them or not, because that's the only way to get to the next step in the conversation, which are, can you solve it or not? You will never get to that if you just act like the problem doesn't exist. And then you just make the conversation longer. It can go so fast. You just say, okay, I think I understood your problem. However, I cannot find a solution for that. And if you're really lucky, it can end with, I think if you go to this person and ask, they know at least where to go to ask again, whatever. But enough from that office. It was an overall good experience, and that's actually exceptional for me because I have never had a good experience in a government office before Spain. So that means 0 in Denmark. It was a fine experience. No, not fine, better than fine. It was a good experience when I went to the right office the first time. But then when I went to this office, that was also an all good experience in the end. It just started kind of bad, but it went good in the end. So I'm totally happy with that. But then they responded to my email. And what they responded the first time was pretty much, this is the wrong email for this kind of question, something like that. It's not that important how precise they wrote that, because that's kind of fine. Because it can happen, it's the wrong email. The problem is, it's the only email there is on this site for expats where I should be able to book an appointment. So it makes no sense that it's not the right email. It should be the right email because on the website they literally tell me it's the right email. So how can it not be? And that was pretty much what I responded to that email with, but not in that angry format. I just wrote something like, okay, on the website it's the only email that's listed though. So do you have any information, like contact information, and other email or other kind of contact information of someone I can ask for this problem? Something like that. I wrote back. So I pretty much just clarified why I wrote to this email, and then I said, can you then tell me who to write? And this is the response I got, translated pretty much directly to English. Please do not write to this email anymore, as we have already indicated. We are sorry that we cannot help you in your process. Thank you. Again, started bad, ended good. Both a sorry and a thank you. I don't know what the thank you is for. I think it's like a thank you in advance for stopping you to write to this email, maybe. But a sorry for them not being able to help us. However, this was not an answer to my question at all. And I find it quite rude that they just start with, please don't write to this email anymore, instead of answering my question first. Like it's really strange. I have never seen email like this. What I think is missing from this email should be, because after they please do not write to this email anymore, they go straight to I'm sorry, we cannot help you. And that's actually really close to be them telling me that they cannot help me in any way, like they cannot tell me contact information on anyone. Okay, my camera just turned off. I forgot that the GoPro Hero 11 can still overheat in certain circumstances when you are inside and not doing fast-paced action shot with another win. However, this is the fastest it has ever overheated after just about 3 minutes, so that was not totally expected. However, what I think this email is missing is just a little part about my question. Like, it could start with I think it should start with it, because the start is too offensive. I think it should start a bit more soft. Something like, we sadly don't have the information of the contact you should write to. So we cannot help you in any way. Therefore, please don't write to this email anymore with questions about this situation. We are sorry we cannot help you in your process. Thank you. I still think that the please do not write to this email is offensive in. So, a little update. I actually found the place where you book an appointment. Now it just sounded like it was stupid. Before I used the link, like I kind of had the site open already, and I just entered the link to where the appointment is, but it didn't work as I told you, and that's the problem I was having, and that was why I was seeking all this help from both physical people and emailing with people. But I ended up actually finding the link by myself, and they had switched it a little bit. They have changed the URL just a tiny bit, but I find it on their site. It was very confusing. That's why I couldn't find it yesterday and the day before, because when you go to the site for expats in Spain, if you can call it like that, then it's not just one of the big banners on the top, one of the first button. There's not just a big button that says I need an NIE number. There's also not just a big button that says what do I do when I first move to Spain, and then under that a menu for every single thing you have to do, including NIE number. There are some places where they are like, you need an NIE number, but there's nothing about how to get it. And then there are some places that go way deeper. They're like, I have an appointment for an NIE number and I want to cancel it. How do I do that? So how can they have like questions about how you cancel, but not how you do it? Like they literally, it's easier to find the answer for how to cancel an appointment than to find how you book an appointment. But by looking through the whole site and translating it to English a couple of times to make it more understandable for me, because even in English it's not understandable, but in Spanish this bureaucracy language and like fancy language is really not understandable at all. So by doing that and literally looking through every single option, really it was the last one, I think I looked through the whole site, I found the link to the site where you book appointments. And I looked a few times this morning and later in the day, and then I just looked pretty much now, a few minutes ago, an hour ago, whatever, and they had an appointment. Or actually 3. They had 3 appointments now. It's a very strange system. It's like, it's saying, oh, there's no appointment. And then suddenly you have like 15 appointments to choose from. So it literally makes no sense. There is like a limit to how far in the future it will show you appointments. But at the same time, also, every time there is appointment, there is more than one. It makes no sense. If you're checking all the time, you can literally check like 15 minutes later and suddenly there's not 0, there's like 5. Or 15 or something like that. Makes no sense. In my case it was only 3, and that's the first time I have tried it was only 3. That's the least I've tried. So that's even a rare case, I believe. Or then I'm lucky, I don't know. But it's nice to have something to choose from. And I kinda like it better than if you just get in and then there's one to choose from and that's what you got. So like it's fine for me. Sadly I couldn't actually use any of them because one of them was like tomorrow, and then there was like the 21st and the 22nd, and that's too early actually. I'm looking in good time now because I wanted to be looking before I need one, because normally it's like 1 or 2 weeks out in the future, and that's actually what I need. So that was what I was inspected, because I'm actually waiting for a document from Denmark and it's not here yet. I don't have it today, so I cannot go tomorrow. And the earliest it will be here is the 20, but I'm not sure about that. That's the earliest. It could be like the 27 or 28. So I cannot book an appointment for 22. I was thinking about it, and I'm actually still thinking about maybe doing it, even though it can be too late because it's probably gone now. But I'm not sure if I want to do it. Like I could do it and then I could cancel it because I know how to do that, because that was easy to find. So I can always do that, I guess. But I'm also like, if the appointments are really that fast to get, then I'm just looking again the 20. If I have it or not, because if I don't have it, the document the 20, I will have it quite soon after. So I will just look again the 20 and then I will see what happens if there's an appointment there and how far in the future the appointment is. So that problem solved, kind of solved. I still need to get an appointment, but at least now I know how to do it, or it works. Now I have a way to a link to the site that actually works. So, my general experience with the government up until now, and also in this process, is actually quite good. I think people are too harsh against the Spanish government, or maybe the Danish government, which I'm used to because I'm from Denmark, is just a whole other story of shit. That could also be true that it's way more shit than other country's government, but at least compared to what I'm used to, the Spanish government is actually better than I will ever dream of. Like literally, not just better than I expected, but I thought no government will be working as great as the Spanish, and that's an unpopular opinion. I know that for sure. But think about this: the NIE number process has been fast, easy. It could be easier, but the hardest part is literally to know where to look for both offices, locations, and appointments. Even if you try to look for offices, you probably find the wrong office and they don't even know where the right office is. However, if you are really stupid and start from scratch and probably go to a police station, as you will think you have to, because that's what the other YouTube channels tell you to do, then the policeman will know where to go. So that's actually quite nice. So in that way, it's not that hard. So if you're really stupid, it's actually not that hard to find people that can help you. If you think you are clever though, you will not succeed, because it's more complicated than that, and you can be led in the wrong direction many times. After that, it's really hard to actually get the appointment. When you have find the system to book the appointment, you still need to be able to choose one. There still need to be someone like able to take you. So it's hard to get the appointment, but that's literally the hardest part. That's like the first step of the NIE number process. Then there's all documentation and all that meeting after that. But the first step is to get the appointment, and that's actually the hardest. And I was thinking when I went through the process back in September, I was getting into this book an appointment, and I have never heard another YouTube channel that that's hard. Nobody has ever said that. And when that was that hard, I was like, wow, then the rest of the process must be extremely hard. And I was so sad and I didn't want to go through it. I couldn't see the end of the tunnel. I was ready to give up almost. But then for me, to get the appointment was actually the hardest part, and the rest has been easier. But not exactly in my situation, because I'm still missing a document from Denmark. And that's Denmark's fault. So my problem is the Danish government, actually. But that's at least my experience. No problem with the Spanish government yet, for real. And they are all sweet. I think customer service in Spain is just the best. They are all amazing towards you. And I also hear often that Spanish customer service is shit. And I never understand it. But then the YouTuber James Blake actually went through what people probably mean by that, because that's what he mean by it. Like, customer service in banks is shit, but the rest, like restaurants, cafe, bar, is fine, or not fine, good, great, amazing. You said actually. And I was like, okay, that makes no sense. Customer service in one particular place is shit, and then you're just saying customer service in Spain is shit. That makes no sense. Literally every single other place has amazing customer service, and banks have shitty customer service. It's a bank, for fuck's sake. Bank always have shitty customer service. That's what I'm used to from Denmark, at least, and I hear other people say that too. So, who don't have banks with shitty customer service? Does they even exist? If you're from a country with great banks, with great customer service, sweet people, tell me. If you have a nice bank that helps you and are nice towards you, tell me. Because I have never seen that, and I would never expect that from a bank. Bank people are known to be the saddest, angriest people in the world. Like, normally, like, you will never date a banker, because it's like, oh, that's shit. That can only go the wrong way. But all this are generalization, and there are probably someone out there that are sweet, but it's like the banking world are ruin your mood. Even my old girlfriend worked in a bank for just a few weeks. Not a lot, but every single of her colleagues was just so angry all the time. She hated it. She hated them. Like, sometimes she found somewhere she could talk to them, like normally have fine conversation, and she became friends with them, I think. But like, in general, they were so angry, and the customers, they were so angry. So it's like, it just happens to you. It's real. Even from the inside, people think that about their colleagues. So understand it with banks, it's shitty customer service because it's a bank. So it's not the Spanish bank that has shitty customer service, it's just the banks. But in Spain, in general, the customer service is the greatest I've ever seen, and it's always better than the customer service in the same particular case in other places of the world. So don't compare Spanish banks with other countries' restaurants. That makes no sense. Don't talk about the banks, talk about how it looks from the outside world. Restaurants are probably the most common place to get customer service. Or in Spain, tapas bars actually. In Madrid, you probably go mostly to tapas bars, and there to get great customer service. Even from the people that don't know you, and when they get to know you, it only gets better. And there are these people that really love to talk to you. There are also the people that just serve you, but still with a smile and how are you, and they really greet you well. Yeah. So my own experience and opinion about Spain is the customer service is the best in the world, the best I have seen, at least from being to 19 countries, all of them only in Europe, And I hear about USA has exceptional customer service, but also have heard explanation about how it works, and for me it seems too fake. I don't like that. I like how it works in Spain, where it's more like personal. So I still think I like it more in Spain than US, but I have not been in US yet, so I don't know about that. But in general, US people seems more rude than Spanish people, even though they're not rude compared to other places in the world. You can find more rude people, but in Spain they are so friendly. When they're at work, when they're just on the streets. So I believe in general people in Spain are more friendly, and you can also feel that friendliness in the customer service, and that's what I like about Spain, and that's probably why I will like it better than the US. But I'm not say for sure because I've not been there. I want to go there, and I want to go to every single other country in the world. I want to go to South America too, and Africa and all that. So I'll look into that in the future, I guess. Other thing is the government in Spain. Again, my experience, the best government I have seen. However, again, all governments are shit. Well, at least in Spain, there are some good things about it, and that's a rare case. I have never been able to say that about other governments, especially not the Danish one. So I just appreciate the good things I have to experience with the Spanish government. And that's everything I can say about that. So I think people are too hard, and maybe I sound too sweet, but that's just my experience. I could be lucky. Who knows? I don't. But at least it's not always shit. I have the proof of that, apparently. So some things you hear on YouTube makes it sound too easy, and some things make it sound too hard. Some things make Spain sound too perfect, and some things make it sound too shit. But all in all, Spain is an amazing country, and I think it's the best in the world. I think at least for sure it's the best in Europe, and Spain is just a place where you can enjoy life all day, every day. And that's what I love about being here. The mental health really gets better by being here. You can almost not live a happy life here with the surroundings you get. So for sure, no matter what, no matter who you are, you will enjoy living in Spain. I'm sure about that. Not totally. People are different, but most probably you will, and I believe that. I believe everyone will. Maybe people don't think they will like Spain, but I believe they will anyway. If they try it for themselves, if they try this lifestyle on their own body, I'm sure they will enjoy it. But that's everything I got from this angry video that turned out to not be that angry anymore, but I got off with my anger, and I got to the point where I could appreciate the good things too. And I explained you my whole situation. So, like the video if you did, and subscribe for more videos about Spain. I will post more, that's for sure. I'm not just doing a one-off video now. I will post more videos from now on. So I guess I will see you in one of them. Bye bye.